Good morning, good day, and welcome to another video with me, Rufus Gazelle. And I want to first start off by just saying a very happy new year. Today is the 3rd of January 2026, the year of, yes, a brand new year, and hopefully a good year with very good outcomes and dreams that have been built up over the years finally come true, not just for me, but for everyone watching this right now. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas, but now the grind begins, not only with reigniting my YouTube channel and trying to get life back into it, but also we're all going to be starting work very soon. For me, this coming Monday, back to that January blues and trying to find the energy and the willpower to start this new year off as we mean to go on. And we are starting our journey this year on this channel down at this lookout in Hamworthy, not far from my homestead. And that there just behind me is the Purbex with Brownsea Island just over there on the horizon. And we were literally just the other side of that island. In the distance, the far distance, is where we went walking over to Old Harry Rocks. Yes, that's where we were, just the other side of the island, not far away at all. So I thought I'd just go for a little walk today, have a little chat, and just catch up and talk about what the future holds and where we're going to be going and how I feel about the upcoming months that are soon going to be approaching us very fast indeed. I mean, I'm just so lucky to live in an area down here on the south coast of England with the Purbex right on my doorstep. And I literally live a stone's throw away. And this lookout is located near Rockley Park, which is like a caravan park, a caravan centre for holiday makers. Very, very busy down here during the summer periods. And literally, I believe, just over that little island in front of us where the sun is beaming through, not far from here, is Corfe Castle. And like I said, in that direction, just in the distance is Brownsea Island. And the other side of that would be Old Harry Rocks, Studland. And round the corner would be Swanage Bay itself. And that is where we were just a few days ago. And this is it, Ham Common Lookout. And apparently that is an osprey eagle. Quite common around here until they migrate, which I'm sure they have right now. But without the sun glaring in my eyes, I'll try and get an angle of that. There we go, the osprey eagle, carved out of wood, perched on top of this sign. The old Ham Common Lookout. Look at that, lovely silhouetted by the sun behind. Now, hopefully the audio is a bit better today. It is a little bit windy in places, I'm not gonna lie. But as you can see here, I've got this Bluetooth mic with a windshield. Hopefully it will protect us from the gustly blows that can cause us no amounts of endless trouble with the audio. But we are going to head along this footpath, leaving the lookout behind, which is just there, literally behind us, which is where you got a fantastic view of the Purbex and obviously Brownsea Island and Corfe Castle in the distance, overlooking all of the beautiful surrounding areas that we look upon from the Ham Common Lookout. Obviously, they're very strict, particularly in the summer periods, but obviously all year round. No camping and no fires or barbecues. That is definitely a no-no. So what have we got coming up for 2026? Well, I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of plans, and a lot of adventures in my little noggin, twirling around, little cogs moving at great speed, of things that I can do, things that are manageable with home life, work life, and to be able to keep the YouTube train at high speed in the right direction at a constant, steady pace with regular videos without it impacting too much on my family life, like I've just said. And we will do that with great effort, great energy, and hopefully with plenty of enthusiasm. And here we have another bird sat upon a metal post, and I believe that this is actually made out of metal too. That looks like a chain of some kind. Maybe, maybe not. And this is a beautiful bird, looking like it's just landed or about to take off from a perch off a twig, a branch, or a log. But in this case, on a metal pole crafted by an absolute genius of a sculptor. And man, this is something for you guys to sort of enjoy looking upon, I assume, if you're interested in that sort of thing. But looking at this side, it's made out of pliers and a chain down the spine and even a padlock on the tail wing of this bird, and what looks like a bracket with Draper written on it with nuts and bolts, completely handcrafted with excellent talentness and extreme craftedness of excellence. Look at that. What a beautiful piece to behold. But not only will I be taking you on these really adventurous walks where we're going to be covering many different things along our journeys, beautiful places, trying new foods, meeting some interesting people along the way, showing you the beauty spots and never knowing what's going to come next. Not only that, we will be doing a few grave locations, places that I yet haven't been to or ticked off the list that I've always wanted to go to. It looks like we'll be heading down these steps leading into Ham Common itself, where this is going to take us. I do not know. Even though I've currently moved to this area, I have never ventured down here. What a beautiful day to start the new year. And I have no idea what's around this corner, but we will see, and you will be joining me. So let's go. Now, a few of the graves that I want to visit this year, some are celebrities, some are historical figures that led the way in the 20th century, and there's a couple of crime files that I want to cover that basically talk about murder, mystery, young death, and intrigue. So I've got all that to look forward to. They may not be as in-depth as my previous videos that I've done here on my channel, with great research and overlays and music. That will no longer be the case. But what I will do is I will still do a brief research, make it as interesting as I can, with as much energy as I can. There will be a few overlays, a few pictures to go with said videos, but not to the extent of what I've done before, because it just took up too much time. And the music is a no-no. There'll be no more music. I'm going to try and keep it as raw as I can, possibly can. Put it that way. The better, the simpler, the easier, and hopefully everyone, including myself, will be happier. And here we have some steps leading up, I guess, to another viewpoint. So let's take a little gander and see what this beholds to our gazing eyes. What will we be coming across? Who actually knows? No doubt it's the bay. We have Arn ahead of us, and over to our right is Holton Heath. But man, look at this. There are so many pathways and trails to take that I don't really know where to start. But nonetheless, the views are spectacular. It's another one of those perfect days today where it's blue skies, the sun is absolutely blinding, but welcomed so much to the warming of the body on this chilly day. We have another bird, another sculpture just ahead of us. There seems to be a lot of that around here. It's a nature reserve, you're going to expect it. But man, I'm not covering as many miles as I did the other day, but this is still a way of refreshing the body, refreshing the brain, getting it ready for the new year ahead, and vitalizing and energizing and just getting yourself ready for what lies ahead. So here we have another eagle, I'm assuming an osprey eagle, perched upon this rock, a sculpture, a beautiful sculpture. You have these fossils embedded in this rock. I'm not sure if they're real. I'm sure they're just part of the sculpture, handcrafted nonetheless. And I'm assuming this is made out of wood, which it is. What a beautiful thing to see. And fossils are very common along here on the south coast. They call it the Jurassic coastline, starting from here on the Purbex all the way down to Charmouth and Lyme Regis. A very common place for fossil hunters. But man, this is beautiful. So being a new year and getting back into vlogging again in a big way, hopefully, getting out walking and covering graves and a few filming locations to boot, and seeing where these adventures, this journey takes us. Last year, the end of last year was quite hard. The death of Adam the Woo, which obviously hit me harder than I thought it would, even though I never met him personally. We exchanged messages over the years talking about vlogging tips, movie locations, and helpful advice that he gave me. But like I said, I never met him personally. But even though that was the case, watching his daily vlogs and his adventures and his filming locations on Adam the Woo, his first channel, and his abandoned places that he went to, I felt like I knew him. But we're not going to keep talking about the legend that is Adam the Woo in every video, no. I just felt like I thought I might bring it up again, because he is the main reason why I've picked the camera back up. I've started vlogging again, trying to reignite this channel, which is seemingly harder than what you think it would be. I have over 2,000 followers, but with the 3-year hiatus, the break that I had for 3 years seems to have done a lot of harm to my channel, in terms of a lot of people have moved on, found other creators to watch, or simply stopped watching YouTube altogether. So trying to find that common ground, putting that energy back into the channel, making it watchable again for people to tune in, means I have to make regular content. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a lot of effort. It's going to take time, considerable time, but hopefully I'll get back there. The views are very low, which was definitely going to be the case anyway. I knew that was. But the reason I'm doing this is for my own enjoyment. And I love filming, I love vlogging. And if I get the views back, if I get people subscribing again, then that's a bonus. But we will see where this takes us. But all I do know is this is definitely a steeper climb up this mountain than I originally first thought it was going to be, just simply through the inactivity that I've had over the last 3 years. And I've just come across this. Wow. So I've just literally walked down this path, which I had no idea where it was taking me. And lo and behold, this is what's greeted me. A beach overlooking Holton Heath, Arn, and over there in the distance, a pier, Lake Pier, I believe, and Brownsea Island just behind the pier. Man, these little hidden gems, you never even knew they were there. And like I've said, I've lived here in this area for quite some time, not officially lived here, like had a home here, but I lived the other side of Poole and Bournemouth, and now I reside in this area of Hamworthy, and this is what I have on my doorstep. I mean, am I the luckiest person on earth, or am I one of the most luckiest people on earth? I don't have massive amounts of money. I'm not rich in any way. I work hard 5 days a week. I'm working class. But this is what I have on my doorstep to go and see every day and do adventures with. And not just here, but further afield. We have Lulworth Cove just over there. We have Dorchester and Weymouth and Osmington in that direction. We have so much on our doorstep. We have the New Forest. And man, the journeys are endless. But this is something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy getting out there, walking, taking the journey wherever it takes me, coming across things like this that you wouldn't necessarily expect to come across unless you got out your front door and actually did it. And that is what I'm trying to do, making sure that I just get out there and do these things on a regular basis as much as I can. Maybe not every day. It won't be a daily vlog, but it certainly will be a continuous amount of content coming on this channel as much as I possibly can do with the time that I have. And hopefully I can bring you more sights like this. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbloody believable. I can even extend the camera to this viewpoint now using a walking stick, an aid, a pole that may look stupid to people walking past, but for me, it's going to give me shots like this on my journeys. I'll be able to reach new areas of filming in terms of angles, and if that is what I can do, I will do it. I mean, look at that. What a spectacular view that we have down here in Dorset. And the other thing I've realised today is I haven't had a cup of coffee yet, which I must do on the way home or find one on my travels if I come across a coffee shop in a minute, which I don't think there is one, but I'll definitely be purchasing a coffee today to warm the cockles and get that caffeinated hit. So, man, this sun has given me the vitamin D that I so truly need right now. And the good thing about this time of year is the parking is free. Between the 1st of November all the way through, I believe, until about March, free parking. So why not make the most of it? As a resident of Dorset, of Poole and Bournemouth, here at Hamworthy, before the grockles come down and you cannot move, why not take advantage of it and see the sights freely, casually, and in a relaxed fashion without shoulder to shoulder chaos. I mean, this is something extremely rare to see if you don't live down here on the south coast. You may live all over the world, and hopefully I can bring you sights like this that you may not get to see every day, but I certainly can, and hopefully I can share it with you guys here on my channel. I mean, just look at this. You just can't go wrong. I'm very lucky, very fortunate. I am not going to deny that. And I'm not going to lie, I truly have taken all this for granted. I've not been out, I've not explored, and it's been sat here on my doorstep all along. And I truly have, taken all of this for granted. I'm very lucky. I should be doing more. I should be coming down here, seeing the sights, and taking advantage of what I have on my doorstep. And that will be the case going forward into 2026. No longer will I be taking all this for granted. I will be making the most of it. And you guys will be coming with me, I hope. So here we have a map of Lake Pier Beach and the surrounding areas, giving you an idea of where I am right now. There is Lake Pier just here, with Rockley Beach just behind. And then we have the Arm Peninsula straight ahead with Holton Heath, Bouncy Island in the middle, Poole and Beta Park, and then right down here we have Sandbanks, and then this little red line depicts the train ferry in which we crossed a few days ago to Old Harry Rocks, and then right down here Knoll Beach is where we got the cup of coffee, the Vanilla Von Latte, where we did a nod to Adam the Woo. And then if you follow this round, which you can't see, it's just off the map, is Old Harry Rocks. So there we go, that gives you some idea of the area in which I'm currently in, where I walked the other day and where we currently are now. And now I have a decision. I've got two paths that I can take, and which one we're going to take, who knows? We'll decide in a minute. So just now we came out of the hidden pathway, which is where those people are just ahead of us. You can just see them standing at the bottom of the steps there. That's where we came out, and we walked along the beach to Lake Pier, which is just behind us. But I think we're going to take this pathway here, which is going to take us back to Ham Common viewpoint, and hopefully we'll see some little things along our way. And just coming into view over my shoulder is Lake Pier, and as we walk towards Rockley Park, I've got another sculpture ahead of me. Like I said, you just never know what's around the corner, and this is definitely another wooden sculpture crafted by an extremely talented person, and it's a sand lizard. Look at this. So here is the said sculpture, perched upon this wooden plinth made out of wood and sculpted by a person named Les Lees. There's a little placard here explaining a little bit more about the lizard that I guess is commonly found along the beaches around here. I'm not going to pronounce the actual name. I will no doubt get it wrong. But just look how beautifully crafted this is. Very talented person indeed. I mean, look at that. Well done, you. So this is what I mean. You just never know what you're going to come across on these walks, on these adventures. And I've just looked down to the right-hand side of me with the sea behind, just over there. We have a lake. A lake. I kid you not, there is a lake down there. And I cannot not go down there. There's a footpath just behind me, and it'll be rude not to. So let's take a little gander of what is down at the bottom of this hill. So right next door to the sand lizard, the sculpture done by Les Lees, there is this footpath, which we are gonna walk down as carefully as we can without twisting a leg, breaking a leg, or twisting an ankle. And there is the lake that I was on about. A few people down here admiring the views, and no doubt we will have our turn in a minute. I'm not sure why, but this has Camp Crystal Lake vibes from Friday the 13th. I'm just expecting Jason Voorhees to appear out of the water right now, but I literally could be anywhere in the world. Feels like I'm in Canada right now, but in fact, I'm on the south coast of England. The lake itself is partially frozen. It is quite cold today. I'm sure the wind chill is below freezing, but man, I will show you how frozen that lake is. Hopefully, it may fail badly. I may chuck a twig or a rock onto the lake and it just sinks straight away, proving the point that it's not frozen, but it does look frozen, and hopefully I can prove that to you. But nonetheless, it's very tranquil here, very quiet, very peaceful along this lake bank that I'm on. Well, it was quiet until I turned up, started talking to you guys right now, because if anyone else was with me or another person strolling along, taking in the views, it wouldn't be so tranquil, because I'm quite loud and definitely could spoil the ambience of this lakeside. I am glad it's quite chilly today, quite frozen today. The ground beneath me is quite hard, frosty, and I'm glad, because this looks extremely muddy if this was any time of the year where it wasn't as cold as it is today. I think I could be ankle deep in mud in certain places along this bank. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this lake is extremely frozen in places. More so, I assume, in the centre than possibly where the sun is shining down, like here. I'm sure it's now partially melted. So I've got this branch, this twig. That's not a branch, it's only a twig. But I'm going to try and chuck this onto the lake and see if it will bounce along the surface or whether it will just sink. Let's put it to the test. Now, my throwing isn't the best, but we are going to try and see if this thing bounces. So wish me luck. Literally is skidding across the surface, but it definitely made that unique sound when throwing something onto ice. The sort of pinging noise, like a sonar, as it hit and then skimmed along the surface. Hopefully I caught it on camera, and the noise and the sound, so I'm not just talking absolute gibberish and you heard nothing. So bear with me. We're going to try and walk across the mud see the lake behind us disappear, trying not to slip as the mud is starting to fall right now as I'm walking to and fro over it. So let's get back on the hard surface and continue back to Rockley Park, and hopefully the car, if my navigation skills are correct. I stupidly didn't come out with a battery pack today or a charger. There's not one in the car, and I haven't even wrapped up this vlog yet, and already my battery is plummeting. I'm on currently 18%, and I'm not even had my coffee yet. So, man, I've just got so excited in doing this vlog today that I haven't prepared in the slightest, like I normally would. So, to that end, we're gonna try and make a detour, get a coffee, and round this whole adventure up for today. And I have enjoyed every single second of being out here with you guys, and I can't wait for the rest of the year. Now there is only one way that I can end this vlog today, and that is by visiting my best friend Joe Costa. Got my large vanilla Von latte, and it's extremely hot. I mean hot. And that is the way to end the vlog in style, much deserved. And all I've got left to say is take care, Auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.